Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about one habit that you're probably doing right now that is causing you to manifest the wrong thing. It's causing you to manifest a lot of negative circumstances to happen in your life. And you're like, I don't want these negative circumstances to happen in my life. I don't know why they're happening. Well, I have a solution for you, baby. And because I know I did this habit, I had this habit years ago, and once I changed this habit, did this little adjustment, this little tweak to this habit, everything freaking changed for me, and I was able to manifest anything I want very, very fast. Before we jump into this habit, I want to share with you a Neville Goddard quote, comment on it, and give you my tips that helped me personally change this habit. So, with this quote, Neville Goddard says, "A man's mental conversations attract his life as long as there's no change in his inner talking. The personal history of the man remains the same. To attempt to change the world before we change our inner talking is to struggle against the very nature of things. Man can go around and around in the circle of disappointments and misfortunes. Not seeing them is caused by his own negative inner talking. Most of us are totally unaware of the fact that our inner conversations are the causes of the circumstances of our life." So here you have it, people. So it is our inner conversations, our inner dialogue, inner chat in our mind that is blocking us or stopping us from getting what we want in our life. It is kind of stopping us from, manifesting those particular things because we're just kind of blinded from our success because we're so focused on our inner dialogue. And so it is a habit that I used to have when I was younger. I mean, I'm 28, so I'm still pretty young, but definitely when I was in university, I definitely attracted a lot of negative circumstances and I had a lot of negative dialogue in my mind. And when I had my restaurant jobs and I was a waiter and a server, depending on what you call it, wherever you live. I was just working in a restaurant, and a lot of my coworkers were always constantly complaining and always had a lot of negative circumstances happening in their life, and they didn't know why. And so it is the habit of your kind of having the negative inner chat in your mind because our words have very powerful meaning. There's a lot of energy behind those words that you say to yourself, and that gets reflected back on the outside. And so we need to be really aware of those negative thoughts in our chat, in our mind, because it does a lot of it just negatively affects us in our life, and we kind of are in a standstill with our desires because we're not getting them because we're so focused on the negative that the negative just keeps reflecting back into our life. So we have to be a little bit more aware or recognize that negative thoughts that run in our mind. So if you want to be a millionaire, you have to start talking to yourself like you're a millionaire. If you want to be a successful business person, you need to start talking to yourself like a successful business person. If you want to attract that perfect relationship for yourself, or that relationship that is on its way, you have to start talking to yourself as if you already had that relationship already, or that it's on its way, and you're kind of talking to yourself as if you're talking to that person of your dreams. So when we change up the words that you say to yourself, the universe must respond to that because it's just energy at the end of the day. And the way that you feel inside is also reflective of your manifestations. And so with Neville Goddard, he always talks about being in the end result. And so a lot of times we can't achieve being in the end result because we're not even feeling those emotions. In order to be able to achieve the end result is to of your manifestation is you're gonna have to feel very positive energy. You're gonna have to feel very enlightened, ecstatic, grateful, excited, and you can't really achieve that if you're feeling very negative and you're just complaining a lot and you're just angry or anything like that. It's hard for you to be in the end result. You're just going to manifest something that you didn't want. Because sometimes people think that with manifestation is all about positive things, which obviously we would want to have in our life, but you can also manifest negative things. And so this habit that's on autopilot of you thinking of those negative thoughts is causing you to manifest all these things. So we're going to put an end to that right now. And I have 3 tips that I've done that have helped me change this habit. It wasn't easy. I'm just going to preface that it wasn't easy to change this habit because it's with negative thoughts and negative energy, it does suck you in. But once you kind of slowly integrate these tips, you're able to push the negative out. You're not necessarily going to repel and resist the negative energy and negative thoughts that come into your mind. You're just allowing them to speak, laugh at them, but you're not going to act upon it. A lot of times when we have this negative inner chat habit, we're always acting on those thoughts. And so we're going to just put a stop to that. So one of the things that you can do to stop, to kind of change and tweak this habit of yours is through meditation. And I know that with meditation, you might think, I don't have an hour to do meditation. I just kind of set aside 10 minutes of my day in the morning time before I start doing the rest of my day. So I kind of wake up 10 minutes earlier than I would normally do. And I just listen to some quiet, relaxing music and kind of just follow my breath and just kind of being kind of grateful for everything I have in my life, or just you just don't even, sometimes in meditation you just want to relax your thoughts and not having any thoughts really coming into your mind, or if you do have it, you're just letting it speak and it just comes one ear one out of the other. With this tip, I will sometimes like to do this in tandem with some cardio. So today I went for a walk outside on a wonderful, beautiful trail. I was listening to some really awesome, quiet, relaxing meditation music, and I was kind of thinking about my life and how grateful I am, and just kind of being grateful for all this nature that I'm in, because there was this wonderful river. I saw deer, I saw some turtles and stuff, and just the energy and vibe of it was just amazing, and it really revigorated my soul, and I was just really, really happy. And so I like to do with meditation with that. I don't necessarily do meditation every day, I'll say that, because sometimes I'm already in a great mood, but I will like to do meditation when I'm in an okay mood, depending on the weather. The weather can really dictate my emotions sometimes, and if it's really dull or rainy or anything like that, I'm really not in the super best mood, so doing this will allow me to be in a great mood. The second tip is thought flipping, and I talked about this in a previous video, but basically, once we are aware of and recognize our negative thoughts that are running in our mind, we're going to flip it. And so it's like you might have thoughts that say, you'll never do that, you can never be this, you're not worthy enough, are you kidding me? Do you think you can seriously do this? We're going to just note it, which means we're just going to let it speak. We're not going to repel it. We're not going to resist it, because when we resist, we persist. Remember that. And so when we just let it, note it down, we're now going to flip it, saying, I am worthy. I am capable of achieving XYZ. I'm capable of having that dream relationship with my specific person. I am capable of driving my dream car, or having this successful business. Whatever you're trying to manifest, you can flip it, or whatever your thoughts are, you flip it to I am or I can instead of I can't. And you can just do this, and I know this is going to be really, really challenging for you, because it was challenging for me when I was doing it, because it's kind of the center core of your habit, because you're really tackling your thoughts and your negative thought habit in the core of it, so you're battling within your mind, and so it can be really challenging. But I just want you to start off very light. Let the negative chatter speak to you, and then just kindly be gentle with it. And you're just going to repeat the flip of the word. So because sometimes you'll flip it to saying, yeah, I can do it, and then the mind's like, no, 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 you can't, and you're like, yes, I can. And once you start doing more and more of those things and seeing proof within your life about this happening and the way you feel, when I just started doing it just once, where I was like, I can't do this, and I think I was trying to get my first car, and I'm not really good at negotiating, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't tell the guy that I can do this. I just don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. And then I flipped my thought, saying, I can do this. I can get the guy to give me the car for a cheaper price. And you know what happened? I felt great inside. That was my proof that it was working, because I can feel it instantly. The change, because our words are very powerful, so you feel that emotion inside of you. So when I said I can convince this guy to give me this car at a cheaper price, and I'm like, when I did that, I called the guy. I was like, it's my very first car. Can I do it for like 6,000 instead of 7,000? Yeah, sure. And then I was like, whoa, that was so easy. And I just flipped it, because I was so fearful and scared. I was letting my inner chatter get in the way of me getting this beautiful used car. And now I had the car and loved it. And so I just flipped it. And so at first it was challenging, because you're in the moment of, are you going to let this negative thought really get to you and take over your mind and your feelings, or are you going to battle it out and you're going to push forward with, I can do this. You're not going to get in the way of me mind. Mind. And so when you do that, everything will change for you. The third thing is practice gratitude. You probably hear this all the time from other manifestation coaches if you've watched other manifestation coaches on YouTube or on TikTok. But practicing gratitude is very, very fundamental. Like, when you feel very grateful for everything you have in your life, you will feel so great about yourself. And when you do that, you're now living in the end result, because whether you have your manifestation or not, the emotion is the exact same. So when you feel grateful, you're automatically going to be in the end result, because you're going to feel happy, positive, enlightened, ecstatic. And when you feel that, you're now in the end result, and now you're going to soar very fast into getting your manifestation. Manifestation is going to come like this, very, very fast, and it's going to happen the least expected way possible. You're just going to be focusing on feeling good. So once you start doing these 3 little tips to change that negative habit of your inner dialogue, that inner chat, your life will change. It will transform. You will get all the manifestations that you truly want and that you truly deserve once you tackle this habit. It will not be easy. Trust me, it will not be easy. Especially if you're very stubborn and you get into the negative thoughts and the negative chatter, then and letting that consume you a lot, it's going to be really hard for you at first. But once you get some physical evidence of it working, especially with the thought flipping and feeling very great and seeing the evidence happen for you, you will start to believe and make it just a lot easier for you to start flipping more negative chatter. And once you start doing that more, practicing gratitude, having meditations, and really believing in yourself, you are able to kind of drown out those negative thoughts. They will still come. Just letting you know, they will still come. You cannot just resist it. But it's whether they're just gonna go away very fast. They will kind of creep in here or there, kind of saying, hey, how's it going? And trying to pull you. But the more times you do this, the more that this habit will just be non-existing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, please leave it in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you. Please try this out. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification button. Like this video as well. I also have a free manifestation cheat sheet guide that will kind of highlight my favorite tips and tricks about manifestation and how these tips really worked for me, because there's a lot of stuff on the internet and a lot of it didn't work for me and a lot of it did work for me. So I highlight that in a free PDF download. I'll see everyone in the next video. Bye.